So kids continue to make their way around. Going to see some of these youngsters going to be moving up next year. I know Jeremy Fletcher, one of those drivers, going to be moving up into the junior classes next year. Jeremy making every race this season, I believe, and a great run for the youngster, going to move up into junior class. Need Mini-Max. You are now pre-grid. That'll be Mini-Max. I need you to the grid. Close it in at that halfway point here in the kid carts. Lucas Rodriguez in the 95. Jeremy Fletcher in the 90. James Agazi in the 48. Owen Lloyd in the number 19. Francisco Beretta in the number 5 as they continue to make their way around. So halfway point, 6 down, 6 to go. Lucas Rodriguez in that number 95. Owen Lloyd in the number 19. Owen picking up the halfway sign. There's the 48. James Agazi in the 48. So final 2 laps to go. We'll need Senior Clone. You're on the grid. Rotex Minimax. You are pre-grid. Minimax. You're pre-grid. So Kid Kart's wrapping up their pre-final. We are set to go for your Performance Plus Clone Senior. And here's how we'll line them up. Corey Tolles on the pole in the 0-1. Doug Schmidt at 29 will be starting outside row 1. Row 2, Joey Miller, points leader in the 88. Patrick O'Neill in the number 2, starting 4th. 5th will be the 48 at Glenn Fitchner. Nick Hill in the number 6, starting in the 6th position. And did not start Matthew Darden, Jason Fromming in the qualifying for those 2 drivers. So Corey Tolles, Jacksonville driver, sitting on the pole position. Corey in the 0-1. And a qualifying lap 39.615. 2 drivers in that 39-second bracket. Him and Doug Schmidt in the 39-second bracket. Corey with a 39.615. Doug Schmidt 39.679. Rotex Minimax, you're on the grid. Micromax, you are pre-grid. Micromax, you are pre-grid. Points leader, Joey Miller. Well, but wrapped up the championship there. Last time out at Ocala. Joey, 4-time winner this season. Glenn Fitchner, the only other winner this season in the senior clone class. So field to come down the backstretch. Joey Miller sitting in row number 2, points leader, 2-time champion in the last couple of years for Joey Miller. Usually donating to 00 this season in the 88 for Joey Miller. Corey Tolles, Doug Schmidt, row number 1. Corey on the inside, Doug Schmidt to the outside. They'll pick up the green side by side into turn number 1. We're underway. 12 laps as they work their way off of turn number 2. Good side-by-side battle right out of the gate where Corey Tolles going to lead them into turn number 4. Joey Miller will drop back now. Joey trying to get that spot back in turn 6. So Joey Miller battling for that 3rd place position. So single file traffic. They work their way into the big bowl turn. They'll work off the bowl turn. They'll work down that straightaway. Midway down. Good nose-to-tail battle. Corey Toll's going to cycle around, lead lap number 1. Schmidt running second. Miller running third. Fourth, it'll be the number 2. That'll be Patrick O'Neill as they head to the line. So single file traffic into turn 4, led by Corey Tolles. Jacksonville driver Corey Tolles. A lot of these drivers all coming out of the Jacksonville area. Patrick O'Neill, Joey Miller, Matthew Darden in the field. Matthew into number 8. Jason Fromming into 14. Nick Hill into number 6. Doug Schmidt, best finish, 4th. He did that at Ocala, making his 3rd start this season in the Clone Senior. And Corey Tolles. Corey making his 1st start of the season in the 0-1. All right, now Corey, your leaders. He works into turn number 6. Corey Tolles, your leader. Schmidt, Miller, Fitchner, and O'Neill, your top 5. Need Mini-Max, you're on the grid. Micro-Max, you are pre-grid. And 12-lap pre-finals. Performance Plus Clone Senior. Corey Tolles with quick time earlier in qualifying, 39.615. Corey with a 39.684 here in lap number 1. Doug Schmidt hanging right with him as they enter into turn number 1. Corey off turn 2 with about a 2-car length advantage. It'll come into turn number 3, heads to the line. There's Corey Tolles. Still about a 2-car length advantage. He'll carry that into turn number 3. Can't stop down by the concession stand. No waiting. At lunch today, hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries. Look for bags of ice. They're available right there at the concession stand. Doug Schmidt turning a quick time, 39.501. Schmidt now going to challenge. He'll go to the inside of Corey Tolles. Corey still with the advantage to turn number 1. Doug Schmidt patiently working on to that 2nd spot. Joey Miller closing in. Top 3 drivers off of turn 4. Then you got a good little battle. That'll be 4th and 5th. Glenn Fitchner in a 48. Patrick O'Neill in a 2. They continue to do battle. So 4 laps in, leader's going to come down the straightaway. Doug Schmidt trying to work around your leader, not going to be able to reel him in. About a cart length between 1st and 2nd with Corey Tolles, Jacksonville driver, holding on to the top spot. He's led every single lap so far, coming off the pole, and he'll carry the field into turn 4. Patrick O'Neill currently being scored in the 4th spot. In behind him is Fitchner as they continue to go back and forth. Glenn Fitchner, your only other winner so far this season. Joey Miller, 4-time feature winner. Glenn Fitchner winning at race weekend number 3. There's Miller currently running 3rd in behind your leader. Patrick O'Neill being scored in the 4th spot. Fitchner staying right on him as they come off of turn number 2. Still a good nose-to-tail 2-cart battle on the entry to turn number 1. Is still Corey Tolles, your leader. Schmidt running 2nd. So 7 laps in. And pretty good run this time by for Doug Schmidt to 29. Keeps the heat on your leader. Corey really flying off of turn number 1, gets that momentum off of turn 2 and carries that right to the line. He'll head into turn number 4 with a good 2-car lane lead, carries that into turn 5. So it's Corey Tolles, your leader, Schmidt running second, Joey Miller third, Fitchner, Patrick O'Neill, Matthew Darden, Nick Hill, and Jason Fromming. Jason dropping out lap number 3. And again, Doug Schmidt, longtime Carter. Corey Tolles been doing it a long time, and Corey, a lot of laps here in Jacksonville. And sometimes being that leader on the last lap, we've seen it change so many times here. But it's still Corey Tolles with a full kart length advantage into turn 1. Patrick O'Neill still working on Jason Fromming. They'll head into turn number 4. Glenn running in the 4th position. Patrick O'Neill being scored 5th. So final 2 circuits to go. This time by 2 to go. Corey Tolles, Doug Schmidt. They'll head into turn 5. About a kart length and a half between 1st and 2nd. They'll carry that into turn 6. Joey Miller running in the 3rd spot. Joey 2 seconds behind your leader. Glenn Fitchner, Patrick O'Neill still battling for that 4th spot. They continue to carry that through the bowl turn. And here comes your leaders. Now they'll work down the backstretch. Closing in on slower traffic. That'll be the 6th, so Nick Hill. And we'll pick it up. White flag next time by. Here they come. Nick Hill. The leader's creeping up on him, led by Corey Tolles. He's led every single lap so far, and they'll come up on slower traffic. And Doug Schmidt took a couple shots at your leader, but really never made an attempt to get around him. Stayed right with him. They'll head through turn number 8. Now they'll work their way into the bowl turn. Here they come. Final time down the backstretch. Pretty comfortable for Corey Tolles. He'll work midway down the backstretch. Corey Tolles, your leader. Got a good 3-kart length advantage now into turn 1. Corey looking to go wire to wire. Great run off of turn number 1. Checker flag in hand. Corey Tolles will go wire to wire as he picks up the pre-final win in your Clone Senior. Schmidt going to come home 2nd. Joey Miller comes home 3rd. Glenn Fitchner will hold off Patrick O'Neill for 4th. O'Neill 5th. Darden, Hill, and Fromming.
You double check the rear number on cart number.
So Homestead Karting, Rotex, Minimax going to make their way out. They'll go 12 laps. Diaz Ramirez on the pole position at your points leader, 3-time winner this season. Ramirez coming off back-to-back wins in the last 2 events. Ramirez in the 151. Sergio Tarifi in the number 105. Sergio will be outside row 1. In row 2 in the 577, Aiden Keel. Starting 4th, the 18, Dylan De Niro. 5th will be the 139 of Ian Keel. In the 121, Ruben Grillet starting 6th. 7th, it'll be the 10 of Saraceno. Starting in the 8th spot, the 456 of Hollinshead. And Luke Genovese in the number 54, starting 9th. Your lineup for your Homestead Karting Rotex Minimax. We'll need Rotex Senior to the grid. Rotex Senior to the grid. Ian Keel in the 139, starting in the 5th spot. Ian starting this weekend 2nd in the point standings. Ian picking up his best finish of the season, 2nd at Ocala last time out. And he's ran off 3 top 5 finishes in the last 3 events. Another Aiden Keel sits 3rd in the point standings. Aiden picking up a win in race weekend number 3. Ruben Grillet in the 121. Ruben starting today 6th here in Jacksonville. Ruben with a 6th place finish last time out at Ocala, best finish 2nd. Ruben rolled off a podium finish at Homestead, finishing 2nd. Vincenzo Saraceno starting in the 7th position in the number 10. Saraceno 5th in the point standings. Saraceno 3 top 5 finishes, finished 5th at Ocala. Dylan De Niro starting today 8th in the point standings. Dylan with a 7th place finish at Ocala. Luke Genovese 11th in the point standings. Luke opened up the season at Homestead, finishing 4th, best finish of the season. Coming off 11th place finish at Ocala for Luke Genovese. Luke, again, will be starting in the 9th spot in the 54. You need Micromax, you're on the grid. That'll be Micromax, and you're on the grid. Rotex Senior, you are pre-grid. So we're underway. Homestead Karting, Rotex Minimax. Ramirez setting quick time earlier this morning. Right now, Ramirez up front, holding on to the top spot. Again, Aiden Keel, been a great season for Aiden Keel, 3rd in the point standings. And that'll be Aiden Keel right now in that 2nd spot, in behind Ramirez. Now that's going to exchange coming off of turn 5. So a little exchange now for that 2nd spot. Tarifi will move up to 2nd, so Sergio gets around Aiden Keel. And 12-lap pre-final. Field coming off turn number 2, single file to the line. Ramirez your leader. Tarifi running 2nd, Aiden Keel 3rd, Ian Keel 4th. Saraceno continue to gain a lot of ground. Hold on now into that 5th spot. Zachary Hollins had 6th. Ruben Grillet 7th. Dylan De Niro 8th. Luke Genovese 9th. Top 4 drivers starting to separate themselves from 5th place on back. That'll be Saraceno. Right now, Saraceno 1.6 seconds out of the top position. Saraceno leading that 2nd pack of drivers through turn number 4. But up front, it's Ramirez. Tarifi holding on to second. Aiden Keel, Ian Keel, top 4 drivers. They'll work their way into that bowl turn. They'll make that turn off the bowl turn. They'll work their way down the straightaway. So Tarifi keeping the heat on your race leader, Ramirez. So Ramirez under the gun early on in this race, 4 laps in. Ramirez, your one and only leader so far, coming off the pole. They'll work down the straightaway. Ramirez holding on to that top spot. Tarifi staying right with him. Keel running third. That'll be Aiden Keel. Ian Keel running in the 4th spot. Saraceno currently being scored 5th. As Ramirez will lead him off turn number 2, brings him to the line. So no change up front. Ramirez, Tarifi, Aiden Keel, Ian Keel, and Saraceno, top 5. So halfway down, 6 to go. Your one and only leader, Ramirez. Running second, Tarifi. Third, it'll be Aiden Keel. Fourth, it'll be Ian Keel. Saraceno in the top 5. So no change in your running order. 6 to go. Ramirez starting on that pole position, has led every single lap so far. Need Micromax. You're on the grid. Rotex Senior, you are pre-grid. Really not much change in that running order outside of 4th place running. Ian Keel continued to fade back. Ian currently being scored 4th, 1.4 seconds behind your leader. As your top 3 drivers into turn number 4. Ramirez, Tarifi, and Aiden Keel now into turn number 6. Seven laps in, 12-lap pre-final. Again, Ramirez, a 3-time winner, back-to-back wins for Ramirez. Race 4, race 5, scored the win at Ocala. Aiden Keel scored a win in race weekend number 3. There's your leader into turn number 1, led by Ramirez. Tarifi running second, still Aiden Keel running third. They continue to break away now from the 139 of Ian Keel as they head to turn number 4. Right now, Ian Keel in the 139, 1.8 seconds behind your leaders. Rest of your traffic stretching out. So the battle right now, 1, 2, 3, Ramirez, Tarifi, and Aiden Keel. They'll head into that bowl turn. Up to the Monza turn they come, led by Ramirez. Tarifi and Keel still button up midway down the backstretch. Ramirez about a full cart length lead over Tarifi as a working turn number 1. Ramirez, nice exit off of turn 1, carries a momentum into turn number 2. He'll head to the line. And 9 laps complete this time by, led by Ramirez. So Ramirez still under the gun. They'll head into that bowl turn. Into the sweeper they come, the big Monza turn. They'll come off the Monza turn down the straightaway. It's still Ramirez, Tarifi, and Keel as they head into turn number 1. All of a sudden, Aiden Keel starting to fade back. In the 577. We'll pick up 2 to go. This time by should start to get interesting now with Ramirez. Under the gun, a little nudge there off of turn 3. So Tarifi keeping the heat on Ramirez as they'll head into turn 6. No change now. Ramirez going to lead him through the bowl turn. They'll head into the Monza. High bank turn down the straightaway. With Ramirez your leader. Tarifi knows time's starting to run out. With 1 more lap to go as they come into turn number 1. White flag in hand. Here they come through turn number 1. Ramirez off turn 2 with a full cart length lead. Now he's going to open up a good cart length and a half. White flag up, 1 to go. Aiden Keel close it in now for second. Going to look to the inside. So Keel will be denied. Tarife really has his hands full trying to get around Ramirez, and he's got Keel working on his heels. Through the bull turn they come. They'll go through the Monza turn. High bank turn. Off the Monza they come. Led by Ramirez. Nice, comfortable lead midway down the backstretch. So Ramirez pretty comfortable now. Looking to cycle around and go wire to wire. We saw Corey Tolles go wire to wire. Now it'll be Ramirez off the pole position. And Ramirez will seal the deal as he picks up the win. Tarife coming home second. Keel comes home third. That'll be Aiden. Ian fourth. Saraceno fifth. Grillet, Dylan Gennaro, Howenset, and Luke Genovese coming off in lap 4. So Ramirez scores the win and goes wire to wire. Need Tag Junior to the grid. That'll be Tag Junior. Need you to the grid. And we are set to go for your Rotax Micromax. And you happen to have your chassis, might have a little bend in it. Maybe you want to have it checked out. Parazino Chassis Works. As they bring in your Rotax Micromax, and here's how we'll line them up. Inside row 1 will be Jeremy Fairburn in the 87. Outside row 1 to 13, your current points leader, Jordan Hefner. Starting third to 95, Humberto Peretta. Starting fourth to 57, Tyler Gonzalez. Joe Nunez in the 24, starting fifth. Sixth, it'll be the 428 of Gabriel Ramirez. Starting in the 7th spot, it'll be Chase Hefner in the 85. Ashton Chilton in the 56, starting 8th. Zano Fomadro will be starting in the 9th spot. Anthony will be starting in the 10th position. Ryan Rackley scheduled out in the number 30. So there is your Parazino Chassis Works Rotax Micromax. Jordan Hefner outside of row 1. Good qualifying effort for Jordan, 41.067. Jordan starting this weekend as your points leader. Coming off a great win at Ocala in race weekend number 5, adding to her 2nd win of the season for Jordan. A winner at race weekend number 3. Tyler Gonzalez, a 3-time winner this season. Tyler starting 4th. Keep an eye on Tyler Gonzalez. 3-time winner Tyler Gonzalez. So Jordan Hefner, I'll see if Jordan can tie that mark at 3 wins. Jeremy Fairburn, a solid run for Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy sitting 2nd in the point standings. Great run at Ocala, Jeremy.